Hey everyone, my name is Bryce Rayner, and this is a YouTube video about dashboards. Just to give you a little background about myself, I'm an accountant, kind of analyst position for a local business, and I've kind of been put in the position where I've started using dashboards and things like that. So I'm going to cover a few topics here regarding dashboards, their uses. I'm going to provide some examples, and then also give you some key elements about dashboards, and go from there. This first example of a dashboard is something I've put together. It's just an basic Excel spreadsheet, but it does use different updates and things like that to where it provides real-time data to employees that I work with. As you can see, this is more of a accounting, finance focus, as it provides data and then it actually forecasts out a P&L, things like that. It's one of the projects I'm working on right now is to get employees more involved, with the financial statements and things like that, things people don't normally understand. And this is one of the examples of how I'm trying to do that. You can see there's a lot of items here, and I'll go over some elements here later on about dashboards and things like that, but if anything, this probably has too much information on it, but it's something, I'm trying to get, like I said, get everybody involved and see the different line items on profit and loss statements and things like that. So this next one is just another example dashboard I pulled off Google. As you can see, dashboards are very big in metrics and data, graphics and color. One of the key elements we'll talk about later, just making them very simple. To me, this one has about a few too many boxes and things going on in it. And this next example is of a dashboard I actually use at work. If you look up, my name's over there in the top left. But this is a dashboard I actually use every day. It tells me all kinds of information. There's 4 boxes here, and I can manipulate this data how I want, but I can compare it to different data. If you can't tell by this, it's actually a dashboard for a fitness club here in town that I work for, that I mentioned before. But as you can see, there's very quick, very basic information that tells you exactly what you need to know on a day-to-day basis, especially somebody in my position. It's also good for some of the people that don't have as much of a financial background. They can look at it, colors, things like that. It gives them a lot of data and information that they can quickly see what's going on. Now, some key elements that I want to talk about here for a little bit in regards to dashboards is they must be specific and have a context. And what I mean by that is that the data must be specific, and you've got to know what you're looking at when you pull it up. And they also have to have some type of context, which kind of relates to the next item as well, but they have to be compared. If there's no basic graphic data, you've got to know what you're being able to compare it to. For example, there's got to also be benchmarks. What are your goals? What are your processes? What are you striving for? That's one of the key elements of dashboards that I've found. And also, this information is real time. It's got to update for yourself. It's got to update. The users of it don't need to have the time to put the information in. They just want to open it up and it wants to be there. I'm actually using some concepts from the class that this project is actually for to make some of my work a little bit more real time by using links within spreadsheets and things like that. But it's very interesting, and dashboards are one of those things, like I said, that I use on a day-to-day basis. The next line item is ability to take action. Just because you can see the information and provide you a lot of data doesn't mean that it's necessarily good. You've got to be able to use it to make decisions and to make changes. And so that's where the comparability and benchmarks come back in. You've got to have your benchmark set for items that make sense and that you need to figure out. As I mentioned before, they just need to be very simple. A couple of the other ones before had a lot of data, and it does kind of depend on the situation, the context of the information, but they need to be very simple, color coded, red is good, or red is bad, green is good type of thing. Make it like a stoplight, just very simple. Users can look right at it and make decisions. And also, with these dashboards, they become outdated pretty quick as times change and the information you need gradually develops or changes. So you've got to be willing with these dashboards to stay with relevant data and continually develop them. The last item, I think, is probably the most important. Users need to know what they need to be looking for, and they need to help you out if you're in a position where you're making these dashboards or using them. You need to allow user input for people to come along and make changes, and it needs to be specific to them too. Now, one website, it's actually a web tool that I would recommend using. Actually, I've used this for some of my dashboards, but it's called Metrically, and you can just go to www.metrically.com and use this website. As you can see, you can connect all different types of data: Facebook, Twitter, Google. You can also use some custom fields and things like that, where you can create your own spreadsheets and things like that and provide the data. It works with a lot of the accounting softwares and things like that as well. It's a really cool tool. I mean, if you want to learn a little bit more about it or set up your own dashboards, that would be the place to go. That concludes my YouTube video, and I hope that you enjoy it and the rest of my Relay Wiki. Thanks.